I'm going to do two more examples of solving trig equations. In our first example, we have 5 secant theta plus 7 equals -3. And our first step is to isolate that secant term. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and I've got 5 secant theta equals -10, and dividing through by 5 gives me that secant theta equals -2. Now, that does mean that cosine theta, which is the reciprocal of secant, the cosine is the reciprocal of -2, which would be -1/2. But that's confusing for most students just to understand why. So let me just show you what that why and where that comes from. Okay, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And we had that secant was -2. Okay, if I just write that as a fraction, then you can see when I set cross products equal to each other that I have -2 times cosine theta, okay, that's here, is equal to 1. And then dividing through by -2 gives me that cosine theta is equal to -1/2. And then we look at our unit circle. When is the output of cosine -1/2? That happens twice. When we have theta equal to 2 pi over 3, and also when theta is 4 pi over 3. All right, so that actually is done. And the reason I know that is because in my interval, if I'm looking at the interval from 0 to 2 pi, and that's, we get to stop there. Okay, if I go back here to my original equation and I think about the period for sine, cosine, also secant, cosecant, or cosecant, secant, those have a period of 2 pi. There's no coefficient here in front of the pi, so I haven't affected my period. It's still 2 pi. And if I went in and tried to add 2 pi to either of these angles, I would be too big. I'd be outside of 2 pi. So I am done. All right, let's look at the next one. We have sine of 2 theta minus pi over 2 equals 1. First step would be to isolate our sine term, which is already done. So now I'm thinking about, okay, when do we have an output of 1 for sine? And that happens at pi over 2. So what we're dealing with is everything inside that parentheses. So 2 theta minus pi over 2 is equal to pi over 2. Okay, and now I'm going to solve for theta. So adding pi over 2 to both sides. Isolates there, and then we have 2 theta is equal to pi over 2 plus pi over 2. That's just pi. And then I'm going to solve by dividing by 2, and I have theta equals pi over 2. Okay, so when I put pi over 2 in here, in for theta, and run it through this whole equation, I'd get a 1. However, that's just the first time I get a 1. I'm looking at my interval from 0 to 2 pi. And there is going to be another couple places where this gives me, when I plug in a different value for theta, an output of 1. And let's go find them. Okay, the next step is, once we've found the first one, is we need to figure out our period, because we're going to add, our general formula here is you take the first one plus multiples of the period. Well, let's see, what is the period? Okay, period of sine is usually 2 pi. We go in here and we look at that coefficient of 2, and that's what we're dividing our period by. So now our new period is pi. Okay, so to find all the angles, I take the first one plus multiples of the period. Okay, this first one would be when k equals 0, and then I get to just add multiples of the period. So just add pi. So our next one would be at pi over 2 plus pi. Okay, and this would be when k equals 1, by the way. All right, since I'm in halves, I'm going to just write that as 2 pi over 2. So theta equals 3 pi over 2. And if I tried to add another pi, I would get 3 pi over 2 plus 2 pi over 2, which is too big, 5 pi over 2. That is outside of my interval. Okay, so I get to stop. I just have pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. And that is all of them. All right, so my theta, if I want to put it in set notation, is theta equals the set of pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. And that is that, done and done.